guys, welcome to Anita Crochets. My name is Anita and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to make this long skirt that has a motif at the waistline. I know at least a lot of people have tried this out, and the good thing about this pattern is in most cases if you just want to make a change of something, it's as simple as just changing the motif, the lace sort of motif that is at the waist, and you can have a completely new thing and change it all but still have almost a resemblance. So I'm going to be sharing my recreation of it and how it's going to turn out. I am making a very long skirt, so the length will be up to you to make if you needed something long as I do, or if you needed something short. And this is Robin. It's 100% acrylic, 100 grams. This is size 4 yarn. That's what I'm going to be working with. And I'll need 2 hooks, a 6mm hook and a 3.5mm hook, a darning needle, tape measure, and a pair of scissors. So let's get into it and see how we can make this happen. I'm going to be using my 3.5mm hook for the lace squares, and the 6mm hook is going to be for the body of my top and the body of my skirt. Okay, so first of all I'm going to make a knot. Insert my hook into the loop and I'm going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll insert my hook into the very first chain stitch and work a slip stitch, and then I'm going to chain 7. I'll yarn over twice and work a treble crochet into the magic circle we have created, and then I'll chain 3, yarn over twice and work a treble into the circle, chain 3, yarn over twice and work a treble, and I'm going to work this until I have 7 trebles in total. So now these are 4, I have 3 left, those are 5, 2 left, those are 6, and now 1 left. So let's count the 7 chain stitches here. 4 of the chain stitches are going to act as a stitch and the 3 is for the chain gap. Okay, so basically we have to have a total of 8 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So here we chain 3 and work a slip stitch into the 4th chain stitch of the 7 that started the row. See that? Now at this point I am going to chain 1, insert my hook into that very same stitch and work a single crochet. Into this chain gap I'm going to yarn over and work a double crochet, yarn over, work a double crochet once again. Now yarn over twice and work a treble, yarn over, work a double crochet, and now you will chain 2, work a slip stitch into that very same chain gap, just like that. Okay, it's giving us a petal. So now into this next treble stitch we are going to work a single crochet, and into the next chain gap we are going to work 7 single crochets. So those are 2, 3, 4, 5. If you feel like they're not fitting, you can just push this to the side. 6, finally 7. Okay, and now into the treble stitch we work a single crochet. Into the next treble stitch we work 2 double crochets, 1 treble stitch, 1 double crochet, and 2 chains, then work a slip stitch into the very same chain gap. See what we are having. Now into the treble we work a single crochet and then work 7 single crochets into the next chain gap. Now into this treble stitch we work a single crochet and then work 2 double crochets into the next chain gap, 1 treble stitch, 1 double crochet, chain 2 and work a slip stitch all into that very same chain gap. Okay, then into the next treble stitch you work a single crochet, work 7 single crochets into the next chain gap, and then work 1 single crochet into the treble stitch, work 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets into the next chain gap, 1 treble stitch and then 1 double crochet, chain 2 and work a slip stitch. All this is happening into the very same chain gap. After this, here you will work a single crochet and then work 7 single crochets into the very last chain gap, now we shall work a slip stitch into the single crochet that started the row. You see that? Don't mind this, I'll be cutting this out. So this is how it looks like. This is how my square is going to look like. Okay, now I am going to take it from here and I'm just going to get back and show you guys how to attach the next square. Okay, now guys, to attach the next square onto our first made square, you will have to go through everything I showed you on how to start the square, and once you are at this level, this is where I'm going to join in and show you how to now work the next row and attach it to our very first square. I already have my squares attached, as you can see, so let me show you how to attach yours. Once you are at this point, this is what you are going to do. You're going to chain 1 and work a single crochet into that very first treble. Now work 2 double crochets into the next chain gap, yarn over twice and work a treble. Now once you work a treble, you are going to grab your square, your previously worked square, insert your hook into the treble of this corner here. Okay, and then insert your hook into the loop of the square you're creating and pull through, work as a chain. Okay, just like that. Then continue with 1 double crochet into the chain gap, then chain 2 and insert your hook into that very same chain gap and work a slip stitch. So into the next you work 1 single crochet. Now into the next chain gap you are going to work 4 single crochets, take your hook out, insert your hook into the 4th single crochet of the next chain gap of the square you previously worked, then pull yarn and pull through, chain 1. Okay, see what we are creating. Now here you will go ahead and continue with the rest of the single crochets, which have to be 3 of them to make it a total of 7. And then here you will work a single crochet into the treble stitch, yarn over, into the next chain gap you work 2 double crochets, and then work a treble stitch. Once you have your treble stitch, take out your hook and insert your hook into the next petal of the square you previously worked, and then work a chain. Okay, now here you insert your hook back into that square and work your double crochet, chain 1, work a slip stitch, okay, and work a single crochet into the next stitch. Then continue with 7 single crochets into the next chain gap, and then a single crochet into the treble stitch, 2 double crochets, 1 treble stitch, 1 double crochet, chain 2, slip stitch into that very same chain gap. So I'm going to let you guys continue with making your square and completing it until you get here, and then work a slip stitch, all right, into this. So once I come back, I am going to once you have finished that, you are going to repeat the very same thing for every square, attaching it to one another. But first of all, I'm just going to measure for you guys and show you how wide my square is. I have learned that most of you prefer centimeters instead of inches. So my square is 7.5 centimeters wide, and in inches it is 3 inches wide. Okay, so guys, when you're making these squares, please make them to the fitting of your waist. So if your waist is 23 or 24, let's say, make sure that the squares are going to meet your waist. Okay, make sure that the squares are going to meet your waist. And once you have the squares that you need to meet your waistline, you are just going to, I'm just going to show you how to attach your last square. Okay, how to attach your last square and make the close up. So let me show you. Once you have all your squares complete, this is how you make the close up. After you have attached it here, now we are looking to attaching this to this. So this is what you do. After you work these 7 single crochets, you will work 2 double crochets into the next chain gap, yarn over twice, and work a treble. Okay, take out your hook. It's not different from what we have been doing. Insert your hook into the treble of the petal corresponding to the square that you are working it, you are attaching it to, and then turn your work. You work your double crochet. Okay, chain 2, work a slip stitch, work your single crochet. Now here you will work 4 single crochets, insert your hook in there into the 4th single crochet on this side, pull through yarn and work a chain, then continue with the other 3 single crochets into this, then a single crochet into this treble stitch. From here you will work 2 double crochets, yarn over twice and work your treble, then insert your hook into the treble of the last petal of the square you are attaching it to, work your chain, and then continue with the whole pattern as it flows, just like that. You see that? Now here into this very last chain gap, you will work your and then work your slip stitch into that. So I'm assuming this is your waistline. Mine is bigger than this, please. This is just an example, okay? Mine is a little bigger than this. But keep in mind that we have made the squares to the width of our waistline, of our waists, okay? So that means when stretched out, because I know this is going to stretch out, when stretched out, it must be in position to go through your hips, okay? But now, since we want an increase for our hips, this is what we are going to do. You're going to chain one. Okay, we shall work a single crochet here and a single crochet into the next stitch. So I'll chain one and work a single crochet into the second double crochet of this petal, and then into the double crochet after the treble, and then a single crochet into the chain 2. Okay, from here I'll chain 4, skip all these stitches and work into the 4th single crochet of the 7 and into the next single crochet after that. So yeah, and here you are going to chain, well, you always get back and make sure you cut this out or weave them in. I'm not going to do it now, but once I have finished my work, I usually get back to the ends and fix all the ends that are still peeping. Yes, so from here we are going to chain 4 and skip all these stitches. I am going to work into the first double crochet right there and the second right there. Okay, I will chain 1 and I'll work into the double crochet closest to the treble. I'll work a single crochet and then work into the 2 chains, work a single crochet, chain 4, skip all these stitches and work your single crochet into the 4th single crochet of the 7, and then work into the next as well. You'll work a single crochet, chain 4, skip all these stitches and into the double crochet. Okay, you will work a single crochet and a single crochet into the next stitch, then chain 1, skip all these and work into the double crochet after the treble and the 2 chains. In both those stitches you work a single crochet, then chain 4, skip all the stitches, work your single crochet into the 4th single crochet of the 7 and into the next still you work a single crochet, chain 4, skip all these, into this double crochet you work a single crochet and a single crochet into the next, you chain 1, skip all this, cross over to the next petal and work into the double crochet after the treble and the two chains. Okay, hope you guys can see what we are trying to do. So literally you are going to do this all the way around, chaining 4 and working into this, and then a single crochet in there, you chain 4, skip all those and work into the next, you chain 1, work into the next petal. So do this all the way around and work your single crochet, into this, chain 1, cross over to the next petal, chain 1 and cross over to the next petal Then here you will chain 4 as you have to, work into this, the 4th and the 5th single crochets, you work your single crochets. Now here you will just chain 1 and work a slip stitch. Okay, so from here you will cut your, oh no, you won't cut your yarn. You will get this off, and now we are going to start working with the 6mm hook. This is so much of a difference, but then it's going to have us get that increase that we are not going to work for our hips, but it's going to appear like we worked an increase for our hips, because it's going to give us a huge difference of the appearance of the stitches, because we are working with a bigger hook. And later it will give us that shape of our hips that we really are looking for. So I'll chain 1 and turn my work into this space where I worked one chain stitch. I work 1 half double crochet, and into the single crochets I will work 1 half double crochet into each. Into the chain space of 4 chains, I'm going to work 3 half double crochets, and get into the next single crochets and work 1 half double crochet into each. Into the chain 1 space you will work 1 half double crochet, and into the single crochets, the 2 single crochets, you work 1 half double crochet into each. When you get to the space of chain 4, you work 3 half double crochets, and then 1 single crochet into every stitch of the next 2 single crochets, 3 half double crochets into the next chain 4 space, 1 single crochet into every single crochet, 1 half double crochet into every single crochet stitch there. Then into the chain 1 space you work 1 half double crochet, and then continue with 1 half double crochet into the next 2 single crochet stitches, 3 half double crochets into the chain 4 space, 1 half double crochet into the next 2 single crochets. Into the chain 4 space you work 3 half double crochets, 1 half double crochet into each single crochet, and then 1 half double crochet into the chain 1 space, 1 half double crochet into each single crochet, and then 3 half double crochets into the chain 4 space. So literally this is what you are going to do. You can see that the stitches look like there are many or something like that. That's why it's not like straight, but then we are going to achieve exactly what we are looking for. So here you work 3 of them. Sorry, I had worked 4. So yes, you work a half double crochet, and then 1 half double crochet into the chain 1 space, and 1 half double crochet into every single crochet stitch, then 3 half double crochets into the chain 4 space, 1 half double crochet into the 2 single crochets, you put 1 half double crochet each, and then 3 half double crochets into the chain 4 space, 2 half double crochets into the next 2 stitches, 1 half double crochet into the chain 1 space, 2 half double crochets into the 2 single crochets, 3 half double crochets into the chain 4 space, 2 half double crochets into the next 2 single crochet stitches, and 3 half double crochets into the chain 4 space, 2 half double crochets into the next 2 single crochet stitches. So you do this until you come to the end of your row and work a slip stitch. Okay, so this will be it. So once you get here and you have worked your single crochet, you will work your half double crochets into this stitch. Then here you will work a slip stitch. Here you will work a slip stitch, okay? Are you seeing this? This is what we have. Okay, now from so clearly this is how my skirt looks like. You can see that with what I told you guys, changing a hook from here gives you that sort of like hippie band, okay, that makes you look like you worked an increase without having worked an increase. So this is how my skirt looks like, and it's not yet up to the length I want because I want it long, like super long. And I'm working with leftover yarn, so this is one of the projects you would love to try if you have plenty of leftover yarn. I'm just going to show you how to work your waistline, and there I'll call this the end. So I've finished up with my skirt. See that? I have 80 rows. So I just want to show you what to do at the bottom of your skirt. You'll get your 3.5mm hook and come to the end, just right there, insert your hook with your main color, the one you feel like this has to be, this started my motif pattern. You will chain 2, okay, and work 2 double crochets in there. You're going to skip 2 stitches. Into the third you will work a single crochet, chain 2, work 2 double crochets into that stitch, skip 2 stitches. Into the third stitch you'll work a single crochet, chain 2, you work 2 double crochets into that stitch, skip 2 stitches and work a single crochet into that stitch, then chain 2 still and work 2 double crochets into that stitch, then skip 2 stitches, work a single crochet into the next stitch. So this is what you're going to do at the bottom of your work, so that we have that finish. Okay, of the main color, which you call your main color. All right, so do this until you come to the end of your row and work a slip stitch here, then cut your yarn and weave in your ends. So let me meet you once you have all this complete, then I'm going to show you what else to do. That is how to work the top, our waistline, so that we have like a waistline that can have a drawstring go through it. All right, so let me get back after I have this done and show you what to do next. So I've finished the whole entire bottom of my skirt. That's how it looks like. And now I'm going to work onto the top. So I'm just going to find a point where I can insert my hook. I've inserted it into the 4th single crochet. Here I'll pull through my yarn and I'm going to work 4 chains, just like we did at the bottom when we were starting the body of the skirt. So I'll insert my hook into this double crochet right there, chain 1, cross over to the next, insert my hook into this second double crochet rather, and then work into the 3 chains, chain 4, work into the 4th single crochet at the top, right there. You work two single crochets, then chain 4 again, work into the double crochet right there, and the next stitch, chain 1 crossover, work into the 2nd double crochet and the 2 chains, okay, chain 4, work into the 4th and the next single crochet, chain 1, chain 4, work a single crochet in here and a single crochet into the next. So I'm just going to weave this within, then chain 1, skip over to the next square, work into that double crochet and that single crochet. See what we have. Now here we chain 4, so literally what we are doing right now is exactly what we did at the bottom of these squares when we were starting the body of the skirt, okay? So there is no difference in what I'm doing right now. So I'm going to let you guys do this until you come to the end of your row. The only difference is for this time throughout, we are going to work with this hook. We are not going to change to the 6mm hook. We are just going to work this with this hook all throughout on the row that comes after this. Okay, so let me meet you guys at the end. Once you have this done, then I can show you what else to do. Once you have this complete and you have worked a slip stitch into the 2nd chain stitch of the stitches that started, you will chain 2 and work a double crochet into that stitch. Then you are going to work 4 double crochets into the chain gap, 1 double crochet into the single crochet stitch, 1 double crochet into the chain gap, the chain 1 space, then a double crochet into the two double crochets into the 2 single crochet stitches, 4 double crochets into this chain gap, two double crochets into the 2 single crochet stitches, 4 double crochets. Let me see if I'm getting what I want to get. 4 double crochets into the chain gap, and continue with this all the way until you come to the end of your row. Then work a slip stitch. The choice is up to you whether to add a drawstring through this row. The reason as to why I've worked it is for you to be in position to add a drawstring if you require one. That's why I had to go through all this, okay? So basically, but also to give your waistline some kind of finish, okay? But basically, even initially, we were good to go. So let me just see you guys after this row, and I'm going to show you how my work looks like with a drawstring in it. See what we have. So I'm going to come back and show you how my work looks like with a drawstring in it, and I'll say we have come to the end of our tutorial. Thank you so much guys for watching. I want to thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart for following my pages, going to my group, and joining my Facebook group, that is Nita Crochets Community. I am so overwhelmed by the numbers, you guys. I am so grateful. And please continue to spread the gospel that Nita Crochets has very good tutorials that most of us that are crocheting can learn from. Also endeavor to purchase my written patterns on my Etsy and Ravelry stores. Thank you once again. Goodbye. Let me see you all in my next tutorial. Goodbye.